After a fantastic start to the season in the last episode, things are really looking up at Pack Meadow. We've played 5 more games since then, and I don't know what idiot it was that said this. Got another sign in here, one that I'm not 100% sure we need. Looking at Kamar Moncrieffe, he's pretty bad at a lot of things, but I'm sure he's really eating his words at this point, so let's go take a look. So 6 games in, Chelmsley Town, top of the league, quite comfortably. 6 games, 6 wins, plus 17 goal difference. It's been going really very well for us. But as mentioned in the intro, Kamar Moncrieffe has been on fire. The young 21-year-old striker, he's actually just running this league on his own. It's kind of insane. I will also say he's got 14 goals. Dominic Stevens with 11. How? Like, if I compare the two, how is Kamar Moncrieffe only got three? Well, no, not how has Kamar only got 3 more goals. More to the point, how has Dominic Strevens done what he's done? He's got 11 goals in the first 6 games with a polygon like that. That is absolutely insane. So looking back over the games that have happened since you were last here, obviously we beat Coton Green in the end of our last episode. Kamar Moncrieffe got 2 goals there. Then we took on Bilston Town. It was overall a pretty, I'd say a pretty even game. They went 1-0 up, and to be fair, we only come back after they had a man sent off. Tyler McGee with 2 late goals to guarantee that win. Then we come to Smethwick Rangers. Smethwick Rangers did not know what hit them. Kamar Moncrieffe with just all 5 goals. And that is absolutely ridiculous. He got a perfect 10 rating. And the whole team, our midfield was surprisingly bad, but the whole team played well apart from that. It's just kind of ridiculous to get all of those goals in one even. Then Hinkley came along, and I'm going to show you a goal from this one. 3-2 victory. Tyler McGee, well, I say Tyler McGee secured it actually. Tyler McGee put us 3-1 up in the 92nd minute, and then they scored a 93rd minute to give us a bit of a scare. But if we go to Oliver Kemp here, after scoring that absolute screamer in the first game, he did one better. And just look at that finish. How is this a 10th tier player? He is absolutely nuts. As soon as he got the ball, I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if he shot and scored again from here? And the man with 3 long shots has not scored. 2 nutty long shots in the first 4 league games of the season. Moving on from that, we had Stappenhill, one of the two. Again, didn't know what hit them. Kamar Moncrieffe, just doing it on his own. They did have a goal disallowed, but, it was already beyond them at that point. And then Shawbury United came to town. Again, Kamar Moncrieffe with all 4 goals. Absolutely ridiculous. The first one was a little bit strange, just probably worth a look. It was just a very interesting bit of goalkeeping. Yep, just what a great catch. He's insane. So that puts us comfortably top of the table, and our next game is up against Heath Hayes in 5th. Heath Hayes have had, a pretty good start to the season. They did lose 5-3 to Coton Green, so that might sort of tell you that there's, a bit of a quality difference between us and them, hopefully. They have got an FA Vars first qualifying round game first. Actually, think about it. Why don't I have a FA Vars game first qualifying round? There's 352 teams in it, but I don't have. If you look at my competitions, I'm only in 1 competition. That's odd. Might have to look into that. That's very strange. Not like I can do anything about it this season. But hey, at least we can focus on the league, I suppose. Now, as far as signings, we have got a couple of people we're looking at buying, but there have been 5 new arrivals. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 new arrivals. We had Odin Button-Forshaw join us at the end of the last episode. Since then, Nick Kanina has come and joined us. I'll say he's a left back. He can play anywhere across the back and is pretty good. 7 crossing, 10 marking, 13 tackling. He's quite fast, quite determined, good decisions. Looking at reports, he's as good, if not better, than Button Forshaw. He can play centre-back quite well, so I'm not sure where he's going to end up playing. Got Brad Binns has joined us. Uh, Centre midfielder, 11 first touch, only 7 passing, but he's got good vision, good speed. You know, he's not going to set the earth. I say he's not going to set the semi. He's literally apparently our best midfielder at least. I mean, how much you could trust our coaches is a completely separate point, but Brad Binns should be able to do a very good job here. Alongside that, in centre midfield, you've got Demetrius Rami joining. Demetrius Rami? I'm not sure. Let's go with Rami. First touch, passing, he's absolutely insane from a technical and pretty good mental point of view. Physically, he's not brilliant. No, I mean that might be honestly, that might be overselling his ability. 9 pace, 9 agility, 11 acceleration, 8 natural fitness. It's not great, but everything else I believe will more than make up for it. We've then got Kai Nicholson. These names are going to drive me insane. I'm going to say Kai, but feel free to correct me if I'm incorrect. He's not great. 11 tackling, 10 first touch. He's got a bit of speed about him, but it's a right back, and to be honest, right back is one of the positions we were struggling in because we only had Lyndon Weller. We have I say that, but unfortunately could play there, and he's apparently our best player there. But I am definitely seeing Button Short as more of a centre back, although looking at his stats, he doesn't quite measure up to some of our other centre backs. So we might have to judge that. I mean, we've got a good few players that can play the whole way across the back. So there's going to be a lot of rotation between positions. He's only 16. We'll see what we can get out of him. And lastly, Tommy Barrell, left back. He's okay. Yeah, he's probably our best. He's probably our fastest player on the team with 14 acceleration. Decent crossing, decent tackling, decent passing. Not great vision, but good work rate. Overall, I think he could definitely do a job. As for inbound transfers, potentially at least, we've got Sean Milo might be joining us in centre mid. I definitely see him as more of a squad option. 6 marking. I mean, why is he? Oh, because that's defensive midfielder. Yeah, of course. 6 marking, 6 tackling. He's got decent work rate, determination. Like, none of his stats are brilliant, but at the same time, none of them are particularly low. Like, he doesn't have a single one, which is, I mean, it's nuts that that's the way I'm judging players at this point. But most of his stats are above 2 or 3, which a lot of our players, even our good players, have got multiple of them. So yeah, hopefully he can come in and do a job. He's only on £25 a week if he signs. Zach Doby, pretty much a similar situation. He's quite an athlete, although he's got no strength or stamina. But quite fast on the wing, good flair, good aggression. Could work either way. That aggression. 15 aggression mixed with 1 tackling might be a bit of an issue. But, we'll find out. He's got 3 bids in for him. He might not come to us depending on what the others are offering. We've also got Shiloh Waldo. Good first touch, good aggression, good acceleration. Sort of a very similar player. He's not quite as fancy with his flair. But I definitely feel like he could do a job as a good backup for us. So if we're looking at our squad, we have got a few extra people outside of the regular matchday squad now. And over here, the main reason I am looking at left wingers, even though we've got Newton Silakonda, who seems to be doing a pretty good job, he is basically our only player that can play the left side. I mean, I can't really do this because he's going to show his striker stats. Yeah. I mean, apparently we've got no one who can play on the left side. So, what is Lyndon Weller doing in the right wingers? We are not terrible in most positions. We have got an extra defensive mid potentially joining us and 2 left wingers. So, I think we're doing all right. Tyler McGee, I wasn't, he's only apparently 1 star, but in the games he has played, he's got 3 goals in 5 sub appearances. You can't really argue with that record. On top of our player signings, we have brought in a few extra staff members as well. So just to have a look over these, we did have a coach before, but Katie Dorset has come in as a fitness coach, which, she's got 8 fitness, which normally wouldn't be great. I mean, she's pretty trash at man management with 1 motivated and 1 determination. But the fact that we've got a person that's got an 8 in a primary stat is kind of crazy compared to the rest of our scout coaching team. I say coach a team, there's literally 2 of them, including this one. I will also say it's kind of funny that we brought her in as a fitness coach. She would actually be the best physio on the staff. So that's not ideal. Apart from that, we have got 1 scout who's joined. I mean, he's got 2 player ability, 2 judging player ability, 2 judging player potential, 5 adaptability. I'm not expecting wonders from him, but it kept telling me to hire a scout, so I thought, why not? Apparently, he's been at Villa for the past 5 years, which seems absolutely insane, to be honest, looking at his stat set. But maybe he was a. Oh no, he wasn't a player. How was this guy at Villa? Can someone please explain that to me? So before we can get to the match, we've actually got Charlo Waldo has accepted the contract. I'd say he's definitely not one of the worst I've seen, because that makes him seem a lot worse, like absolutely terrible. But out of the 2 of them, I believe Dobie's better. Although Dobie's just faster and slightly better in the air. But Charlo Waldo is, I hadn't compared these 2, and actually I'm quite impressed by just how much better he seems to be across the board. So, you know what? That's gone from I'll accept him because we need the players, to I'll quite happily accept him onto the team. Got a B, he's not improving the team massively, but we definitely needed someone out there, especially with Newton what's his name? Siliconde? Yeah, Siliconde. I said that so many times in the last episode and then completely forgot it when I went to say it then. Especially with him still kicking off. I mean, he has played every minute so far. Almost every minute. He's been subbed off late in the game a couple of times. But it's good for us to get some backups. And Sean Myler has also agreed to join us, so that's a nice little bonus there. Matchday squad is getting bigger and bigger by the moment. One other thing that might add a little bit of pressure to me, you might remember we started the season with media prediction of 13th, and there was some, considerably more favoured teams than us. If you look at the season preview now, things are slightly different. We're 91-1 on favourites, which is absolutely ridiculous, really. If you're looking at overall, how do we get back off us? Yeah, an overall best 11, we've got our back 5 is the best back 5 in the division for every position. So I think we're going to be in good standing this season. We just need to make sure we don't throw it away. There is only 1 automatic promotion spot, so we need to make sure we keep up these winning ways. So I think this is how we're going to line up for this game. And most of the team is similar to how it was before. Obviously, we've got Rami and Binns starting in centre midfield. Now we've got Kanina and Nicholson starting. But apart from that, I think it's pretty much the same as it was in the last game that we watched. Ooh, let's get into it. Newton Siliconde is, of course, unsure with my team talks. But apart from that, I feel like we've got an okay response. There's us with our lovely 4-3-3. What are his Hayes playing against? 3-4-3. That's quite it's not a formation that I like to see generally, but hopefully we can break it down. So I have turned the sounds down a little bit for the match sounds, but like Edit and Dan said in the last video, it shouldn't be a problem going forward. I don't know why I was thinking I was yellow for a second there. I think I spent the whole of last Football Manager playing as a team in yellow, and now I definitely just thought we conceded. I don't know why. Moncrieffe, lovely little play in. Binns, on his debut, pops it in the back of the net. Okay, Binns puts it straight to Moncrieffe. Can he play? Some of the passing from outside. the Silicone just carried on running. Moncrieffe chasing onto that ball. There's no one in the middle, but Silicone is there now. Oh! That's a Sunday League goal to concede if I ever saw one. Walkinshaw had an absolute nightmare there. Moncrieffe looking for someone to pass to. Siliconde, free in the middle, puts a very tepid shot towards goal, and a terrible attempt at a block chips it over his own goalkeeper. 2-0 after 3 minutes. What is going on? Johnson. Oh, we might have a shot away here. What a shot by Agpool. I mean, I'm just going to say, if that was Kemp, I think he'd have scored that. Mr. Long Shots himself. And for sure, lovely long ball. Moncrieffe getting onto the end of it. This could be 3. Oh, just wide of the post. That's unlucky from him. I must say, looking at that, we are playing very well. I mean, Alambijan and Kanina haven't done a whole lot. Or Rami, I suppose. But everyone else is performing very well. McConville to Moncrieffe. You're not going to be able to score from here on your own. Kemp with an audacious pass attempt. Maybe that was a long shot. Every single time he gets the ball, he tries to shoot from a little bit further away. And I suppose that's the first one that hasn't gone in that I've seen. So Moncrieffe, is this going to be it? Oh, no. Still got the ball though. Keeping it alive. Back to Binns. Rami can't quite get on the end of it. Oh, end of highlight. Kemp with another fantastic pass. He's rapidly becoming one of my favourite players on the team. Kemp is. So Rami, can you do anything with this? No. Oh, defender's missed it. Oh, what a finish. He's broke the net. Kamar Moncrieffe continues his absolutely unbelievable starts of the season. With the top corner screamer from just inside the box, I believe. At the same time, this wasn't a brilliant pass. What is that defender doing? Just inside the box. Top bins. He's absolutely unstoppable. Half time comes and we are 3-0 up. This is looking comfortable. They haven't had a shot on target yet, which is always nice. I'm happy with that, lads. Keep it up. Do we want to make any changes? I mean, Jordan Lambijan hasn't really done anything, so I might give Finley Wood another run out. Who else? Who's that hasn't done much? Kanina hasn't done much, but also he's in defence and they haven't really done anything, so I'm going to leave him on for now. But I might give Tommy Barrell a run out. I'm thinking Tommy Barrell and Sean Myler might come on in the second half, just to give them some playing time, because we are. So I am very guilty often of relying on the same few players for every single match. So it's good to mix it up a bit, because obviously at a lower league, or a league as low as we are, players just don't have the stamina to be playing every single round. Agbo through on goal here, Yakubu. Oh, I'm going to say that a mixture of him and Kanina on the far side put that striker off. Nicholson, Rami. Is that a lovely ball or is that terrible? It's terrible. It seems to be starting the second half a little bit better than they were in the first, but they're still not creating much, so I think we're okay. Rami, Conville. Oh, Siliconde. That's one. Moncrieffe might be throwing goal here. Oh, he's at the post. That was nearly 4. It's a beautiful bit of play. I mean, I'm not sure how the shot got past the goalkeeper in the first place, but it nearly went in. Wood to Nicholson. Oh, Moncrieffe, he just faked his defender. Nope, not quite a goal again. He's missed more shots this game than I feel like I've seen him miss in any other game so far, Moncrieffe. Which, you know, I mean, we're still 3-0 up and he has scored one, so I can't really complain too much. He scored one and set up the other 2. 71 minutes in, I'm probably going to make a substitution after this highlight. Can Yakubu get a counter-attack going? Or just maybe he's got no intention to. Let's give them a chance to get back. Because it's not going to make a difference, because Moncrieffe's just going to run straight behind all of your defenders, pop it in the net. 4-0, no problem at all. Always trust your goalkeeper to make the correct decision. So I think with that, Sean Myler can come on. Oliver Kemp, Kanina off the barrel, and we will rest some legs. Oh, he's just giving it away to Siliconde. Moncrieffe's throwing goal again. 14th time lucky. Can he get his hat-trick? No, he can't. Goes out for another corner. Great spell of dominance for Chelmsford Town. I agree. It's not the end of the game, unless Yakubu can put another insane assist. Oh, no, okay. Oh, Sean Myler steps up. Can he send him? Send him. Go. Perfect. Oh, how have you not got a hat-trick this game? You've had like 8 one-on-one opportunities. How can I be 4-0 up and feel disappointed in my striker's performance? I feel like this is just running out the clock at this point. Binns, lovely crossing. There's no one there. I mean, it's literally running. Who is that? Is that Wood? Yeah. He's literally running the opposite direction. Okay, and there we go. That is the end of the game. What have I just clicked on without realising? 4-0 victory. I mean, comfortable as anything. Really, really was worrying I'd struggle to break this formation down, and there was just no problem whatsoever. 33 shots, 11 on target, 4 points. I think that's the first game. That is definitely the first game that we've had more XG than goals. Like every other game, we've won. Like even the 5-2 one, I think we finished with like a 1.5 or a 2 XG. Top of the table, 7 points clear. I mean, Cradley Town have still got to play. Bridge North have still got to play. But yeah, sure, yes. Does he need to be welcomed? He's just played his first game for us. Dominant win, professional debut, classy Moncrieffe. That's just every goal he's involved in. So after that dominant win, let's just see how the rest of our division do. Cradley Town did comfortably, but well, I say comfortably, they beat Smethwick Rangers at the very least. Smethwick Rangers having a horrible time with minus 19 goal difference after 7 losses in a row. They're almost the exact inverse of us, which is kind of crazy. 7-6 game for Bilston against Bridge North. This was, I mean, I know you don't get 10th tier match of the day, but that would have been one to watch overall. So looking at this, who else have we got coming up that we could potentially do for a second match today? We have got Nuneaton Griff. Oh, we've got Cradley Town in 4 games time. So I think I'm going to come and blast through these 3 games, and we will come back for a nice little double header. And there might be some bits in between if I manage to sign anyone else if we need to. We are definitely getting to a good place in our squad, I think, but maybe 1 or 2 more additions might be a good idea. So yeah, let's see what happens. In a quite unexpected development, Whittersea Athletic have come in for Lyndon Weller, and he's desperate to leave for them. Whittersea Athletic are on the same level as us in the East Counties League First Division North. Where are they? They're 13th in the league. They've won 1 of 4. That's a very... that league's not making much progress at all. And there's also only 16 teams, if that makes sense. But yeah, it looks he's desperate to go. And honestly, he might be our worst player on the team. If I go by squad and go by ability, yeah, he's at the bottom. And we have just signed Key Nicholson, who is probably going to be his replacement. We've got 3 people who are better in his position than him. I mean, he is the club captain, so it's a bit, it's not ideal to let him go. But I don't think there's been a whole lot of dynamics going on. No, no one is a team leader in this team. But yep, we've accepted him. So, hey, on to looking for another backup right back. So on the plus side, we have signed a replacement right back. I mean, Weller hasn't left yet. He's still getting lots of bids, but he does want to go. So I'm assuming he's going to sign for one of these teams. Daisy Hill. What a fantastic name for a team. On the plus side, we have signed Adam Cash, who on £35 a week is actually the brother of Matty Cash, who plays for Aston Villa, who's on £65,000 a week. So, there's a slight imbalance in the family. Weirdly enough, also plays right back, which I'm pretty sure Matty Cash is right back, isn't he? Not a left back. Yeah. 2 brothers playing the same position. I suppose they can never, they can never compete for the same position, but also there would never be any competition for that position, quite frankly. So I'm going to sign him because I'm assuming Weller's going to be going. On a slightly sourer note, let's say, we've had our first loss of the season, and I feel like I might have chose the wrong match to do for our second match of the day. Nuneaton Griff just beat us 4-5. They beat us 5-4 with Kamar Moncrieffe getting a hat-trick. And this is absolutely ridiculous. I think we'll just quickly fly through the goals because this match could have gone so differently. We've got Mud with a pretty weak first goal 4 minutes in. And we've got one of our first massive defensive fuck-ups of the season there, with Kanina just dropping the ball in Cotton's path to slot it in for 2-0 after 5 minutes. And this is when things aren't going for you. We did have a bit of a comeback. Myler obviously put it through to Moncrieffe, who just ran straight past the keeper and slid it into the net. Then they scored again, I think, yes. Toya through to Cotton. Easy crossing. Odin Forshaw missing the ball there. Button Forshaw even. really should have had that. Moncrieffe had a penalty, put it top right. 5 minutes later, Moncrieffe had a penalty, put it bottom left. And at this point, we're back in the game. This is all looking good. Bottom 4 short, through to Myler, up to Nolan. Waldo gets another goal. He did score in his debut, which I meant to cover when we come back, but looks like this was a crazier match. 81st minute, just 2 players through on goal. Yakubu really should have done better there. And then in the 93rd and a half minutes, Lane puts Cotton through. I don't know if that was Cotton who put it through or McConville put him through, but Mudd gets the winner. It's a good finish, to be fair. 5-4, that's our first loss of the season. Outstanding performance from their 2 strikers, basically. I mean, like a hat-trick and 2 goals. We were close, but looks like we're not going unbeaten this season at the very least. So it turns out the transfer saga of September 2022 has come to an end. Lyndon Weller has decided, I mean, look at all this interest. How many clubs are after this player who is, I mean, he's slightly better than dog shit, but when we signed Adam Cash, just for the record, our staff and fans were not too pleased because they don't think he's good enough. Looking at the comparison, how has Lyndon Weller got a job and got that many clubs wanting him? If this is the standard that these lower league clubs are going for, these could be a very easy first couple of seasons for me, is all that I'm going to say on that matter, really. We'll let him go. South Liverpool are after him. Again, I suppose they're the same level as us, so we might not. A lot of these clubs are in for him, actually, looking at it. Good old Daisy Hill there. So I suppose now that he's gone, we have got Adam Cash to replace him, so that's okay. So now we get on with our match to Cradley Town. So I have rested a few players the last couple of games, actually, just to recap some of the last couple of games. First off, we had Halmond. It's not Haugmund, it's going to be Halmond, I'd imagine. Charlotte Wade got 2, Tyler McGee got 1. Not really any wildly impressive goals there. Obviously, we did have a look through the Nuneaton Griff game, and I'm still not quite over it. 94th minute winner, bit of a piss take. And Dudley Town, we just walked all over him. Kamar Moncrieffe with another hat trick. The man's unstoppable. I mean, that's just a good all-round performance, I would say. So, anyway, on to today's team selection. Who are we going to go with? Thinking we stick Aguilar on the... I suppose credit him a good team, but I think Aguilar on the left. We might bring Forshaw back in for McConville, although McConville, he has played every minute so far. He is our best defender. But you've got to rest these players sometimes, I suppose, and maybe up against, I think Cradley are 4th in the league. Maybe it's not the best decision, but, we've got a game in hand. We're 3 points clear. I think it will be okay. We're still massive favourites. Oliver Kemp I like to play Kemp in the live matches because he just comes up out of nowhere and destroys someone. But I'm going to put Shaw and Myler on the bench because Kemp has got a heavy workload, so you don't want the player ended up injured. We've also got Mitchell Nolan, who I might bring out for Rami, I think. I do quite like Rami in that position. He's been doing all right. I really don't like the fact that we've only got a few subs in this division. I really wish we had our full 7. I might even put Shiloh Waldo on for Tyler McGee because Moncrieffe had a bit of a rest in one of the games. I played McGee up front and he did pretty well. I think he just bagged the 1 goal. It was in the one that Shiloh Waldo got 2 goals in. So yeah, I think this might be what we go with. Kemp, Key Nicholson. I'm just having a quick once over the team. Yeah, let's do it. Really hope I haven't, made a complete balls up somewhere there. Carrying this performance will do well. Oh, come on, lads. I want you to be a bit more excited than that. Go right. Chelmsford Town lined up in our classic 4-3-3. I feel like I say that every single match. And Cradley Town, wait, I didn't even look at opposition instructions. I was just jumping straight in. Exact same formation. So This is literally going to come down to who is the better team. Like that, Town have got a defender called Birmingham. We are currently playing in Birmingham. Kemp. Lovely ball over to Rami. 1-on-1. Oh, he puts Moncrieffe through. 1-0. 40 seconds in. That's what I like to see. I knew it was a good idea to play Rami. That is actually an insane start. That is a beautiful run. Like, he timed that really well. Birmingham were absolutely nowhere near it. Moncrieffe made a bit of a meal of the finish. The keeper definitely could have got to it, but he didn't. Geddes now with a free kick. Surely they don't just bend this in. Nope. Okay. Nowhere near. Accidentally hit the spacebar. Geddes. Willock. No. Aguilar cuts him out. Ikubu. Nice long ball at field. Maybe not. Nicholson plays the long ball at field, but Birmingham gets a head on it. And it out to Bins. Can Moncrieffe get on the end of it? Yes, he can. Kamar Moncrieffe. He is unstoppable. That is an absolutely nuts finish. Beautiful run, beautiful pass from Bins. Kamar Moncrieffe took about 3 seconds to react to that ball being played and still beat the defender there comfortably. Birmingham is not a great defender. It's a very weird sentence for someone from Birmingham to say. But Birmingham City also doesn't have great defenders, so I suppose. Well, there's a massive 32 people at the Park Meadow today. I'm not sure I've seen any of them in the crowd yet. They're making a lot of noise for 32 people though. Bilson, Birmingham. That's going to be cut out surely. Nicely done. Nicholson up to Moncrieffe. Lambijan. Awful pass. Lambijan is just really bad at passing. It's just nothing he tries to do seems to come off unless he's scoring. Moncrieffe is literally marked by 3 players and he's still going to get on the end of this. And he's still going to score. It doesn't matter how many people you put on him. They all sort of stood there and it was like the Spider-Man meme. It's like, you're defending him? You're defending him? No. He's just going to run off. Easy goal. 3-0 after 37 minutes. But for sure. Pops it back up again. Oh, no. Rami to Bins. Up to Moncrieffe again. Oh, what a first time finish. Was that onside? That looked onside. Yeah, Bins and Moncrieffe, it's the partnership you never knew you needed in your life. But they are absolutely killing it this game. Yep, this number 3 was keeping him on side. Who's that? Bilson. But that is a lovely finish from Moncrieffe. 4-0 at the end of the first. No, might be some more drama yet. Nicholson. Lambijan. Oh, he puts through Moncrieffe again. Surely you can't. What is going on there? Okay. I could see it looping. I've got no idea where it's coming down. There we go. 4-0 at half time. That is what we like to see. Aguilar is having not a brilliant game. I might actually sub him off. I mean, I say not a brilliant game. 6.8 is still a completely fine performance, especially as the other team isn't really attacking much. But they've managed to have one shot and it wasn't on target, and that was actually from the free kick now I think about it. So we have shut them down incredibly well. Centre-backs have just, every long ball they've tried to put up there, centre-backs have just shut them down. Right, Ikubu. Don't play it short. Okay, doesn't play it short. Probably should have played it short, but thanks to a little fuck up from then. Rami, can he put through Moncrieffe? He can indeed. Kamar, no, Kamar. Off the inside of the post. Let's probably look at another substitution because it is getting a bit late into the game. I think a Lambijan off for Finley Wood, and I might bring Adam. No, I'm bringing Sean Miller on for Kent because I did say I'd like to do that at some point in this game because he's played a lot of games lately. Moncrieffe does tend to be a bit isolated up there, so he does maybe need a bit more support because he does play a lot of. He tries to knock the ball down a lot, despite there being absolutely no one to knock the ball down to. Rami. Lovely ball, Moncrieffe. You're going to get your 5th? Yes, you are. He's unstoppable. Kamar Moncrieffe. Oh no, it's offside. What? Could I not get a replay of that? Okay, I'd have liked to see that for myself. It looks all good for me, but I'm sure when I'm editing, I'll think I'm an absolute idiot for saying that. Binns with a bad bit of control there. Up to Collins. They could have a shot here. They do have a shot here. And we're very fortunate that that's not 4-1. Not that I think it would make a whole lot of difference, but Myler. Could Barrow get a good cross in? Well, shame Kemp's not on. He'd have scored from this. Nicholson, Binns, Myler. Nope. Nicholson. Oh, through to Moncrieffe. Oh, he's offside again. It's unfortunate, but he has absolutely been unplayable for Cradley today. Like another perfect 10 rating. As soon as I could extend his contract longer than this season, because I did sign him on a 1-year deal, because, obviously I didn't have much faith that he was going to be any good, like an absolute clown that I am. But yeah, as soon as I can extend him, I definitely will. Kamar Moncrieffe with a perfect 10 rating. Siliconde 7-2. Rami and Binns absolutely killed the midfield. Forshaw and Kanina killed the defence. I mean, what more could you ask for there? A 4-star performance right there. I mean, 4-star, that's literally not a perfect performance in most people's scales. So with that, we are finishing the second episode. 11 games played, 10 games won, 1 unfortunate loss. Absolute goal glut. Top of the league by 3 points. I'm really surprised it's not more, but I suppose there's quite a quality gap in this league between. But now I think about it, Smithwick Rangers. They had 7 losses. As soon as I pointed it out, they got their act together. So fair play to them. They're doing well. Kamar Moncrieffe on 26 goals here. That's absolutely incredible. He's not far off double Dominic Strevens now. So I really worry for this league on how many he's going to end up with, because he's actually on course to almost hit not 100. Let's say there's 26. We're playing 40 games a season. We've played 11 and he's got 26 goals. So yeah, he's on course to hit. If he steps up his game slightly, we could have a 100-goal season here, which is absolutely incredible. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed, maybe leave a like or a comment down below, or don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So we should be back in the next episode. Who should we be playing? Who have we got coming up that's any good? Honestly, there's not many matches before Sporting that are any good. So I might play these and we'll do it. I'll catch up next episode. We'll get Wolves and Sporting, and then either Wensfield or we might destroy Coton Green again. Okay. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.